my channel. My name is Laura, and I just looked on my calendar, and on Tuesday Talks is do you unhaul books, and how often do you do it? Yes, I am. I just unhauled a whole bunch of books, and I will put my video. I just recorded the video, so I will attach it to this one. So yes, I unhaul books. I do it quarterly. Like every 3 or 4 months, I read books. I donate my 3 stars. I keep my 4 stars and my 5 stars, and I put them on my favorite shelf downstairs. My kids just recently unhauled all their elementary school books. So yes, and I will attach my video. So it might be a little, I recorded that first, so it might seem strange because I already talked about it. So yeah, I'm going to put it after this. And this way you can see that yes, I do unhaul, and I do haul new ones. So yes, so my answer is yes, I unhaul, and every 3 to 4 months I make a pile, and when the bag gets full, that's when I go to the used bookstore, and she gives you credits, and the credit you can use for anything in her store, but you only can use half the credit. Yeah, so I have a huge one, and I just brought a big 2 bags full, grocery bags full of books. Yeah, so I will be getting used books soon because I have a big credit. So anyway, stay tuned for my unhaul type video and haul video. My kids decided to take their bookshelves and take all the books off their shelves, and it was a mess, total mess. But they did a donate and a keep, and after they did the donate, they gave me the bag, and I went through the bag. So I don't have the bag to show you what I gave away because I already went to the used bookstore and gave it to them. But I do have what I pulled out and what I kept because my kids didn't want it on their shelves anymore. But I'm going to show you what I kept, and then I will tell you how much I donated today. And I picked up new books. So I have a haul and a plan. I'm trying to think of the words. I won't give these away. So, okay. So, yes, I am a hoarder. So, these are the books that I think there's a stack, just a small stack. I have this small stack that I kept from my kids' bookshelves. So, this I'll show you what they are, because one day I want to plan on reading them, or one day I'm hoping the kids will change their mind and they will try to read these. So, okay, so these are the ones I'm going to show you right now quickly. And I don't know much about these. It's mainly because I kept them for authors or some reason. I'll tell you why I kept it. Okay, so the first book I kept was Chasing the Falconers by Gordon Corman. And it looks like this one. It is only book 1 of the series. And I just love the cover. I like the bridge and all that. And I put it aside, and I read the back, and I was like, oh, this is about juvenile delinquents. And it's really, really short. And I thought maybe I might want to read it one day. So I pulled it off their shelf. Okay, so the next one, the next 2 are authors. I said, you can't get rid of those. He's a famous author. So I kept The Giraffe and the Pelly and Me by Roald Dahl. And I kept The Magic Finger by Roald Dahl. They were trying to get rid of these. And I was like, oh no, he's a famous author. Don't give him away. And I haven't read these yet. So yeah, don't give them away. So I pulled them off. And they're very, very short. Man, I could use these for a readathon. Okay. The next book is a classic. Now, this is a book that I read in high school, and maybe one day I might read it again. It is a popular movie back in the 80s, and it is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. So my kids said, I'm not going to read that, but this is back in the 1980s, and I figured maybe one day I will reread it. I'll put this on my classic shelf. Okay, another book that I kept was, I think it was Misplaced I haven't checked downstairs to see yet, but she had Angus thongs and full frontal snogging, and I know I have the whole set downstairs, so I think that this one was misplaced, so I kept it. Don't give it away because it goes with our set. So that's that. It might be a double, I'm not sure. The next book is, I've heard very good things about this book, but I never read it. So I have the Mother-Daughter Book Club by Heather whatever, and I don't even know what it's about, but I thought maybe one day I might want to read it. So I kept that one. Then I kept a series. This one is kind of, I don't know, it's like mystery or something. I kept the Little Secrets and the Little Secrets, No Accident and Playing with Fire. So I kept these two. These are also Scholastic books that I got at book fairs. It says Big Lies, Big Trouble, Big Lies, Big Trouble. And I just thought it was kind of interesting. And again, they're very short books. So I thought maybe great for a readathon or something, and one day I will pick them up. Okay, so the next one is, I know, I want to read these. I don't know. My kids are not interested. They're going to be 12 years old, but I think they would like it, but I don't know. I kept a Laura Miracle series. I kept 10, 11, 12, and 13. So I kept these. I thought that maybe one day, I don't know if they're probably too young for me to read, but yeah. But one day I thought maybe I would read these and see what it's all about. And Laura Miracle seems to be a very popular author. So I'm like, don't get rid of those. Even though my kids are not interested in it. Maybe one day they will. And the last book that I kept was a book that was published in the 1960s? I'm sorry. This book was copyrighted, renewed in 1970, which was when I was born, but it was copyrighted in 1942, and it was on their shelf, and it's this one. And I didn't even know that this one was a very old book. So, Middle Moffat, and I was like, don't get rid of that one. Funny and Lovable by Eleanor S. States. So, no, I have not read it yet, but I was like, oh, that's a really old book. I put this on my classic shelf, and one day, maybe I'll get to it. Okay, so those are the books that I kept. I did not want to get rid of these, and I will probably put them in my crates behind me or move them to my classic shelves or whatever. So that's that. So now I went to the bookstore. I had 2 bags full of books that were elementary school, and I gave them to the used bookstore. I had an $80 credit. I used only $20 of my credit, so I still have $60 credit at the store. My daughter didn't want to stay too long. I was only able to pick out 10 books. So I still have more credit that I could use. She said it does not expire, so I have $60, and you only could use half of the credit, so it'll take me a while to use that $60, but oh well. Alright, so what did I get at the bookstore? So now, I don't know what's, I got a series, a new author. I went in the contemporary fiction, and I got a Shannon Stacy series, and I really like how it looked on the bookshelf. So I got Yours to Keep, since exclusively yours and undeniably yours. I don't know what order they are in, but look how pretty that looks on the bookshelf. So I pulled these out. I picked up book 1, 2, and 3. The covers look like this. So that's this one, and this one, and this one. But I just really liked how it looked on the bookshelf like that. So yeah, that's how I pulled it out. I was like, oh, these are pretty. So yeah, so I picked these up, and it's a contemporary romance. So we'll see if I like it. Sexy and sassy and immensely satisfying. Yeah. So yeah, so that's the first book that first series that I picked up. Then I went into the graphic novels, and I found a book that I didn't have. I don't know what number this is. I think it's 6, but it's The Lunch Lady. Remember, I've been collecting them. So this is The Lunch Lady book 6, and I think, and I got this one. And then I got a book that I read and I loved. I read it from the library, so I did not have a copy. And of course I had to get a copy. So this is a new adult. I really, really love this book. I read two books after this one. I am still reading the series. I still had to read the last book. But this book was amazing. I gave it 5 stars. I never laughed so much in my life when I read this book. It is The Wall Banger by Alice Clayton. If you have cats, this book is so funny. Yes, I just loved it. And I was like, I saw this on the shelf. I'm like, you have this? I'm like, I'm going to get it now. So, yeah, maybe one day I will reread it. But this one was like so funny, laugh out loud. Yes, it is new adult, so there is sexy times in this book. But I know, but just the part with the cats were amazing. So yeah, so that's this one. So now I can add it to my collection downstairs because I have book 2, 3, and 4. 4 is on here because I still need to read it. Yeah. Then I was at the desk and she had new books that just came in, and I got a new book just by the cover. I already had it on my TBR. Yeah, because I always add things. And I saw this one, and it's really pretty cover. It's Shelter by Jung Young, and this one is a new author. This is her first book that she published, so I figured I would give it a try. It's kind of short. I have no idea what it's about, but it was already on my TBR, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get this. So, yeah. So I got that. And then, remember I bought the wrong book? Well, I got the book to match. So I got The Girls in Pants finally. She had it in the right size, and now I have all the right sizes, and I can donate the little book. So this one is, I'm going to be starting it today because I finished book 2. I didn't really like it as much, but I still plan on continuing on because I'm reading it with a readathon. So now I got the right size, so that's that one. And the last 3 books that I got are a series. I'm starting a new series. This is a mystery series, and this is all about scrapbooking because lately all I have been doing is scrapbooking again and cleaning my craft room and doing that. So I'm in a scrapbooking mood. So I wound up picking up, I'm trying to put them in order, Keepsake Crimes. These are all by Laura Childs. Keepsake Crimes, Photo Finished, and Bound for Murder. So, yeah, so I can read these. And since I'm in a scrapbooking mood, I figured that these would be perfect to start along. So I only got the first 3 books. She had more of them, but I was like, let me try with the first 3. And that's what I got. So these are new to me authors. And I love that her name is the same as mine. So, yeah. So these are the books that I picked up today. One of them I read already with Wall Banger. So yeah, that's a really, really good book if you like new adult. It does have sexy times in it though, but very hilarious. So yeah. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.